Why am I vlogging from my brand new scooter? I'm not. I don't want to risk my safety, nor, more importantly, my phones. Hey everyone, we are in the midst of summer and I've done a little bit in this summer, so I wanted to make a quick vlog. If you missed it, the last vlog that I did was the first details on Iron Scimitar 3, which I've talked about quite a bit. It's my big summer project. It's going to be a lot of fun. Go check that out, link below. It's short, very little details, but we wanted to say something just for fun when we finished writing the screenplay. So recently I had a little bit of technical difficulties. My MacBook, something knocked its hard drive out. Like it just, I turned it on and it had a flashing question mark folder, which is really bad. It means you can't find the file, whatever it's looking for. So we took it into this tech guy and he said it was knocked out. I don't have a solid state drive, so the memory was erased. So my MacBook's the same, but it's pretty new because there's nothing really on it. I was able to get my whole iTunes library back, and luckily all the videos I've done were on YouTube already, so I wasn't in the middle of anything big. So everything's okay as far as I know. I might have lost something that I'll realize later, but it was quite the hassle. I had to go a few days without a MacBook, and that was a lot harder than I thought it was. But it's back now, and I'm going to start doing backups because I learned my lesson. I had a pretty good Father's Day. I was going to post my Casablanca trailer. I didn't, obviously. Due to the crash, I didn't have a laptop for the majority of the week, and I just didn't have time. But I did have it back for Father's Day. My dad and I had a great time making the trailer. He would give input on what clips to use. I showed him what I had, he would help. It was a lot of fun. We spent the evening working on it, so I'm kind of glad I didn't finish it, but it would have been nice to have it done at the same time. A couple weeks ago, I had the honor of being the guest host on the podcast Sidetracked, which is on screwattack.com, but it's not their podcast, it's the user-made, user-focused podcast, so they focus on the community and their blogs and stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun guest hosting on it. The other two hosts were great. We talked about what games to make good Pixar movies. The big discussion was the Windows 8 tablet that Microsoft had recently announced, and that was great for me, the mobile game reviewer. I had a lot to say about, PC games could be played on a tablet now, so that's pretty significant. We had a great discussion on that. It was just a lot of fun. Link in the description. If you have an hour and you're a gamer, it's a great way. It's a great one. And then early the next morning, I headed off to Bozeman for MSU orientation, which I was completely dreading, but I ended up having a really great time. You had to sit through those PowerPoints, for 2 hours. Here's the expectations of MSU, stuff like that, but I realized I have to do that, but it did make it an endless point. But I had a lot of fun with the group I was with, the orientation group. I didn't know they did this, but they group you based on major. So I was with 7 or 8 other film majors. So I got to talk to people that were interested in film as like their career, which I've never done before. And they were all just great people in general. We hung out for pretty much all the 3 days. We never really split up and did our own thing. We were pretty inseparable as a group, which was great. I got to know them really well. A few people I talked to about doing My Roommate is Satan next fall with, which is exciting. And I can't wait to work with all of them on projects to get to the film school and hopefully when we're in the film school. So it was a great time. Since then I haven't been doing much. I have been working on my Casablanca trailer a lot, actually, but it's way harder than I thought it was going to be. There's so much to set up. Like there's layers to like the background to properly set up the story with Victor Laszlo and Rick, and then you have to do so many relationships between characters and how to mesh them to set up the dilemma of the film, because that's what the movie's about. The meeting of these two kind of parallel storylines is really tricky to do without ruining too much later on in the movie, and I love this movie so much. I want to do it justice. No matter what I do, it's going to be better than the original trailer. Do not look it up. I'm not going to link it. Look below. It's not there because I hate it. I absolutely despise the original trailer. I'm going to do a much better job. I'm going to get it done as soon as I can, but it's going to take a little bit of time because I want to do it right. I did post a review to Screw Attack Asphalt 7, link below. It's a racing game from Gameloft. Go check that out. It's a pretty short review. Go see if that's worth getting for you if you have an iOS or Android device. And now I've got a nice 3-day weekend ahead of me because my family's out of the house today, so I'm going to have some friends over. We're going to play some games, of course. Then tomorrow morning, we're all headed to a Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament that another friend of mine is hosting with a ton of other people. And then Sunday, I'm getting together with my friend Zach, and we're going to probably film The Man Who Overreacts to Everything Part 2. you'll see how we make that work, and that's going to be a lot of fun. What else? I ordered my movie mount for my iPad to create like my, film setup I talked about in my last vlog. So that'll be here in a week or two, I guess. It's coming from Europe, so that's going to be a while. My top 10 favorite songs video is coming very soon. I have to grab a few more clips and I'll be done. And then for the most part, I'll be doing some Iron Scimitar 3 pre-production. I'm finalizing the script, kind of editing a little bit. I'm doing some lighting tests. You can see right back there, I got some boards to redirect the light. I'm doing some tests with that. Ordered the movie mount, like I said. Andrew's out of the town for a whole month, so I'm kind of in charge of making sure everything's ready when he gets back, we can film. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And that's all I got. For the rest of the summer, I'm gonna try to be more productive. I've already been more productive than last summer, but no guarantees.